I just keep simplifying and simplifying as I go along on my journey, learning about all this. And, I was thinking about, things, and really what we're dealing with here is really, there's only one real problem, and it's really acidosis. And you can just call it SA, systemic acidosis. And what does that mean? I always talk about the lymph system. That word lymph I've used a million times, right? So anyways, talking about the lymph system and systemic acidosis, how do they tie in? Well, when you take in acid-forming chemistry, okay, so, we're basically fruitarians, and fruit and most vegetables, most leafy greens and all that are alkalizing to the body. In other words, they may be acidic, like a lemon is an acidic fruit, but it is actually alkaline forming in the body. So we take in alkaline forming chemistry, and that keeps our body alkalized, okay? When we take in meat, dairy, grains, cooked foods, things like that, that is an acid forming chemistry. So we start to become acidic inside of our bodies. Now, the blood cannot be acidic. If it's off by even a small margin, you're in big trouble. So what else is there? There's only two real systems of fluid in the body. The other one is the lymph system. So really, it's all about how do we alkalize that lymph system? How do we bring in hydration into that lymphatic system? This is what we talk about. This is the key to 99% of healing, really. Because, you can blame it on, let's say you want to blame it on viruses or bacteria. Well, where are those viruses and bacteria going to, attach themselves to? Where are they going to live? They're going to live not in the blood. The blood is a very fast moving system, always being cleaned, right? Not going to live there. They're going to live in the lymphatic system. So they're going to live in a sticky, gooey, acidic lymph system. They're not going to live in a free-flowing, alkalized, clean lymph system. They can't. Because your body has a huge defense, a huge immune system to kick them out. And they know how to identify them. You have the lymphocytes that come in and actually sniff around and identify things that are not supposed to be there. So they're not going to be able to live there. But they will if you have a sticky, gooey, gummed up, agglomerated, coagulated, plugged up lymph system. This is going to cause you a myriad of difficulties. And the medical community wants to call them diseases. That they can do that. They can label them with their names and patent them and copyright them and all that. But there's only one real thing, and it's really just systemic acidosis, a clogged lymph system. So how do we fix that? Real simply, we get back to putting alkaline chemistry in the body, and that's high fruit, and salads and things like that. Okay, so we're not perfect. So you have a few things, whatever. It's all good because basically if you're predominantly alkaline, you'll be able to handle a bit of acid foods. So this isn't saying, oh, you can never have, that piece of bread or whatever. You can, as long as your basic intake of food, the predominance of food is alkaline chemistry, you're going to be fine. Now, if you need healing, I would suggest going 100% alkalizing foods until you get better. For a few months or so. But that's really the crux of it. You start taking an alkalizing chemistry and everything is good. You start to alkalize deep inside the body. Now, we can get into real trouble. You can become so acidic that it starts becoming acidic inside the cells. And it starts destroying the cells, and the cells mutate. And we all know what that's called. So that's just high levels of acidosis in the body. So that's really it. That is, if you want to know the secret, if there is a secret, I'm divulging it now. It's just bringing alkaline chemistry into the body. Use some herbs to help you, for a while until you can ungum all this stuff and get the lymph moving.